Hi, everybody. It's been a busy 21 months up at Kingston on the 6th floor. Been a lot going on. And there's the ability to get involved in a lot where you can just come in a couple times. Oh, that's what it's about. You can come in and just vote. You can come in on a committee meeting, and you can come in on our caucus night, and you can come in on general session and just do your votes and then go home. I don't like to do that. I like to go to as many committee meetings as I can. I don't go to just the committee meetings that I'm assigned to. I'm on economic development. I chair law enforcement and public safety. I also chair something called the Reentry Task Force, which has to do with people getting out of prison and coming back into the community. If they come into the community and they get in trouble right away and go back to prison, it costs us a lot of money. Even though it goes through state taxes, it's still a very expensive proposition. If we can put a little more effort into the people that come out and get them through the first 30 or 40 days, there's a good chance that they'll stay out. If they stay out, they don't go back to county jail. County jail is an expensive proposition for us. We have to run a county jail. We don't have a choice. We don't always have to run a patrol force from the county sheriff, but they're doing an outstanding job. And we've had some tough situations with regard to gang activity up around the city of Kingston and some of somewhere up in Salisbury as well. They've done a phenomenal job with regard to the amount of people they have, and every police force in Ulster County is drawing down. People are just not being hired. Every police force is getting smaller and smaller. So I do want the sheriff to maintain that patrol force, and that is one of the things that the county exec said could be expendable. I have issues occasionally with the county exec, but on the whole, I vote quite often with what he wants to do. He's consolidating services, he's drawing down, he's making Ulster County government smaller. And I can live with that. I can live with that very much. I went to every meeting, just about every meeting I could. I missed two with regard to the discussion on the nursing home, whether we should keep it or whether we should sell it. Keeping it is an extremely expensive proposition. There's nobody in the nursing home from Gardiner or Shanghai. Nobody. The majority of the occupants of the nursing home come from the city of Kingston or thereabouts, like 45%, and then different other townships also, but mainly sort of a cluster around the Kingston area. We don't have services in southern end of the county. I've supported possibly putting 80 beds over in Elmwood, skilled care beds, which is what we're talking about. I want every single one of the 280 beds we have in Ulster County at the nursing home to stay in Ulster County. But that's status quo. We're not doing a thing for the 28,000 people who are entering the elders category. We need nursing homes, and we need what I call elder care campuses. I believe we should have a strategic elder care plan, so we figure out how to take care of people who start being able not to take care of themselves. What I want to see is a senior housing unit, an assisted housing unit, and then the skilled care, all on the same campus. It feeds and it makes things profitable, and it makes things secure. That's what I would like to see. And I put in a recommendation to the Mid-Hudson Economic Development Council to look at this as one of the topics they may want to promote, so that you have a public-private partnership, because the skilled care nursing license comes from state and with federal funding. So if we can cooperate with private industry and make these campuses, we don't need one, we probably need 10, because that's the type of numbers. And it's a growth industry. And we can use our colleges to make the people, we have SUNY New Paltz, we have SUNY Ulster. We can use these colleges to make a feeder situation with regard to qualified people. We can do the courses for geriatric nursing, and even the people who do maintenance in a building like that caters to seniors should know what the deal is. They should be qualified, because quite often that's where the abuses come from, is from people other than the licensed nurses. So if we can educate people at both C's in different places, and in junior colleges or community colleges, we're going to make a group of people who are more than qualified to take care of the elderly, and then quality will not diminish. So that said, we had to downsize. The legislature's going from 33 members to 23 members in January. So the single district will be, each district runs around 8,500 people. So you'll have a smaller legislature, less expensive, and possibly more, maybe more productive. We seem to get clogged up a lot there with, petty politics or regional. Saugerties wants this, Phoenicia wants that. Sometimes you forget that you're there for the best interests of the entire county. And so it takes a little doing to pull everybody together. I'm going to support Mr. Hines' decision to sell the nursing home license, but keep it in Ulster County. I think that will be profitable in the long run, and we won't lose anything. I'm going to continue to support his consolidation of services. We're talking about consolidating mental health with the health department. And what you're doing then is taking away high-paying administrative positions and putting more on one administrator. So you can eliminate an administrative position, which is usually in the 6 figures. So there's savings that can be done without losing quality or without losing the ability to service the public. So that said, I'm going to go back, if elected, and do the same thing I've been doing for about 21 months. So I work hard. I enjoy what I'm doing. I've got a master's in public administration. Ms. Majestic probably helped me get that, because I took the course when I was town supervisor, and every time I had an assignment, I made a paper out of it. So when we did the negotiations, first negotiation with the union, I did a paper on it. So I kind of fit all these segues into my job as town supervisor as well. But I enjoy the politics. I enjoy public administration. I found many areas which could be improved on, particularly with the police services and public safety. I've made some progress. There was no emergency plan for the West Branch tunnel. It's been leaking for 60 years. It's been leaking since they opened the gate valves and shot the water to New York City, but there's never been an emergency plan. We have FEMA working on an emergency plan. It took me about 50 letters and 8 months, but finally Congressman King, Peter King, got in touch with the Secretary of Homeland Security, Jeanette Napolitano, and they said, yeah, we do need an emergency plan. It's 50% of the water for New York City. Can you imagine what would happen if that broke down? So anyway, I think we're making progress. I think people are listening. The Tea Party is nothing but people who are interested in the Constitution and looking at the way things work. 30 years ago, this town was so nice, that's what brought everybody to it. It's beautiful and bucolic. I mean, we had our horse farms, our apple farms, and our hardworking people. And that's what drew everybody here. And we had low taxes. And the Majestics forever were involved in the running of this town. It was a different Democrat than the one you're looking at running this time around, the liberal that wants to spend more money. Mr. Majestic ran a great town, and he was a wonderful person. And the whole family's great. So, and we got to remember that there's a lot of people there that, although there's a label on them, that's not Republican or conservative, are wonderful people, and we have to draw them in and say we're going to work together. So, thank you.